It's a rivalry 93 years in the making, and for the third time, Marcus Freeman runs his team out of the tunnel here in South Bend as the blue-gold game is upon us at Notre Dame Stadium. And so we say hello and welcome you inside the broadcast booth. There will be no punts either. They'll just set the ball 40 yards in the opposite direction. But for now, the lone kickoff of the day is underway. And here we are in the blue-gold game as this ball is taken out across the 40-yard line. You like to see specials with their one opportunity, make an impact early. Field position for the blue team as Angeli will take the first snap of the ball game. Hands it off. This is a run right up the gut, and that's going nowhere. He handed it off to Jeremiah Love, a guy we talked to yesterday, and Josh Burnham, an explosive player on offense. As on second down, Angeli will throw it to Love again. Makes a move in the flat, picks up a few before going out of bounds. He's run out of bounds that time by Chance Tucker, a veteran defensive back this year. He said his dad told him that he reminded him of Barry Sanders with his lateral agility, as Angeli has to tuck it and run here. He's got the red jersey on, and they'll spot him a couple yards short of Angeli. They need 2 yards, hands it off to Love, makes a man miss. He's got the first down across midfield, and Love is into gold territory. Xavier Watts half. There's Jaden Greathouse going in motion on a fresh set of downs, and he's going to get a pitch on an end around. Oh, it looked like he wanted to throw it himself for a moment. Then he thinks better of it, and he takes a couple-yard loss. Today, the new rule where you can communicate through the audio technology now, how that affects play calls. Their first time using that is Angeli on second and long. Throws down the seam. He was looking that time for Eli Raridan, and the ball was a little bit for this Notre Dame team going forward. Now third down and 13 for Angeli. Go underneath to Raridan. Makes the catch, but can be brought down after a pickup of 4. Sets up fourth down. Good tackle that time by Jaden Osbury. He 3 when he kicked with the Gamecocks at South Carolina. Here it comes. On its way, it's a low kick, and it comes up short.
What'd they say, it's 44?
Daniels at the helm. Remarkable stuff in his final year with LSU. Quarterback is Kenny Minchie, and he hands it off on first down to Jabron Payne for a couple.
Yeah, it was so much fun watching Jaden Daniels play. Allowed Jaden to use his feet, but also really developed as a pocket passer. That's certainly what they're looking for at Notre Dame.
As he takes a snap on third down. Takes a shot. Oh, that was in the hands that time of Micah Gilbert, and it's a drop.
Just to finish up on Kenny Minchie, you go to practice and then they show up in an environment like this. So it'll be fun to see how these guys play, particularly the young guys getting this first action.
4 receivers set on first down, and it's Angeli finding Raridan, who makes a catch.
Really well in the Sun Bowl. This guy's a good football player.
Yeah, it was 15 for 19 in the Sun Bowl as he hands it off to the early enrollee, Aeneas Williams, running back they're really excited about here.
You hear the different nuances and the details that each of the coordinator emphasizes, and he really feels like that's helped him grow as a quarterback, give him a broader.
On this second offensive drive for the blue team, Angeli gonna move up in the pocket, throw, connects with Deion Colsey across midfield. He's taken down by Christian Gray, but a good catch by the veteran Colsey.
Big first down pickup for the Irish.
Second trip across midfield for the blue team. Angeli hangs in, throws to Greathouse, and it's broken up. Good coverage that time. Jaden Osbury able to make the play. He sets up second and 10. Angeli again, clean pocket, throws down the sideline for Colsey. Out of bounds. Good coverage that time again by Gray along the sideline. He is very familiar with an otherwise very new receiver room. Goes right back to Colsey, catches it in front of the sticks, turns himself upfield, and has enough for the first down. They needed 10, they get 12, and they pick it up. Yeah. Backfield here on first down for Angeli. 5 receivers as he goes to work with a fresh set of downs. Throws it out to the near sideline. Catches made by freshman tight end Jack Larson before he's run out. You alluded to the
Gilbert's the guy that everybody seems to be talking about. He's certainly going to get some action here throughout this day.
Keep it on the ground here on second and short. It's Love, and it's going nowhere.
And I'll go, and they're really talking a lot about number 27.
I get used to that name, Kingston Viliamu Asa. KVA if you want to keep it short, as Love is close to a first down, but
comfortable right here from day one.
There's Angeli out of a clean pocket, throws for Colsey across the field. Again, he's matched up with Gray. And
I think Steve Angeli, Riley Leonard, these quarterbacks are going to love that.
Angeli in trouble, and he goes down. Good pressure from Jason Onye, who got in there to pick up the sack.
Another big sack on second down, creating a third and long in the fringe area of the field.
Angeli, all kinds of pressure in his face. They try to set up a screen to Colsey. It goes nowhere.
On the gold side.
That's a gift to the blue team. Oh, it may have gotten him to jump again. Another free play. Angeli down the seam. Raridan juggles it. Now catches it. And he's in. The blue team strikes first, and it's Eli Raridan who gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
He gets the defense to jump, and then he just continues to play. He finds Raridan, snaps the ball out of there. Raridan stays with it and finishes it. He's one of those guys they're really excited about.
Extra point now from Jeter is straight through. The blue team, Tillery, I saw Miles Boykin, saw Troy Pride, and Drew Tranquil was down there as well, as Kenny Minchie is back on the field for his second drive. Gets it out quickly, and the pass is caught across the 30. It's so
much hard work, sweat equity, relationships that were built here, and it's a special, special place, and I'm really glad to be back.
Well, since the last time you were back, you won a Super Bowl in February. When you look back on that day, what do you remember the most?
Successful here, transition to play in the NFL, and just carries himself the right way, and he is a really good football player.
This one's out quick again, out of the backfield, Justin Fisher.
He just needs to continue to grow and mature as a quarterback playing the position.
Work out of the pistol here. Again, it's a hand up
Good
the
run.
middle. Fisher takes a big shot as he gets across the line. Preston Zinter delivered the blow. And maybe for Bertrand or Leofau going forward, you can keep an eye on them throughout the day, as Minchie, he's a live player, so he can take off and run, and he'll do just that. Gets across the 40, now tiptoes the sideline. Buffered out. And a fresh set of downs as they approach midfield. Jabron Payne is his back, hands it off to Payne, makes a move across midfield inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 15. So he was called upon in a lot of those third and short situations. They swing it out here again to Fisher, who makes the catch. It's Bowen who gets to him first and brings him down quickly after a pickup of just 2.
Yeah, Bowen's one of those guys that he too shows up when
the team has been in blue territory today. As Minchie takes a look at Gilbert, it's out of his reach and incomplete. See where Minchie goes on third and long. Pressure comes, has to get it away, and it's picked off. In the secondary, it's Luke Talek with the interception, and he's able to bring it back to his own 45. Talek makes an impact play for the blue team.
Scoring range, there is some pressure coming from the left-hand side. Minchie slides left and really just throws the ball off balance into traffic. Excellent job by Talek making him pay for it, but it's a bad decision by Minchie. Don't let the mistakes of the guys up front, the pressure that's getting.
We'll have to wait to watch him throw a ball as he hands it off, goes for a yard, and that ends the first quarter of play.
Let him make some plays.
Okay, let's see if C.J. Carr makes his first career Notre Dame throw. Yes, with Marcus Freeman on the mic. Here it is.
Great job.
It's down the seam. Oh, big hit.
Great job.
And that's KVA, Kingston Viliamu Asa.
Good job. Good job. Good job. That's a penalty. He's intelligent. He's making really good decisions, and most of the time they're in red in practice, and so you don't see him scramble too much. But he's shown us the ability to be able to move in the pocket, making fast decisions, and it's really good to see.
Yeah, you talked to us about that the other day. We saw it in practice, and we're seeing it here. Right, Mark? It's just the quickness of the decisions.
Yeah,
as much as anything else.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we were talking to Coach Denbrock, and he said oftentimes C.J. Carr is maybe. Let's see where C.J. goes on this play.
Bam. Good.
Pass is caught by Mitchell. Yeah, I want to ask you one thing too, Coach. You got Riley Leonard about 5 or 10 paces to your right, and he's kind of going through these snaps as well. Just what's
really, went through the motions and actually got the call and was going through the plays, and those mental reps. They're not just mental for him; they're physical. He's actually going through it and making the right reads, and I mean, it's just a reflection of who he is, the competitor. He could be easily on the sideline just watching. But he was able early in spring to do a lot. He was full go, and then touchdown.
Oh, touchdown, you're right. Aeneas Williams is in.
You know, he did it with one shoe, too. You know, Coach, he was healthy early in the spring, and then we made a decision to, you know, change the screw or the rod in his ankle. He could I really believe if we played a real game today, it'd be hard to keep him off the field. And he's been doing some 7-on-7 and things in practice, but, you know, there's no need to rush it because we got some time before we get to fall camp. But he's progressed. He's come in here and really done a good job of picking up the offense. And you know what, the thing I told him when I first met with him, I said the thing that's going to prevent freshmen running.
They've been impressive.
Gold team's back on the field as they'll hand it off on first down. Jabron Payne, good work across the 30, takes it towards the near sideline before being run out of bounds that time. Just wrapped up our conversation with Marcus Freeman. It's hard to believe, Coach. It's already now.
So impressed by him, and you know, we've gotten to know him a lot over the last couple of years, and you see his growth and development in this role, and it's what every player, assistant coach, head coach goes through. When you haven't done something, hopefully you learn from the experiences. Looks like the ball came out there. They were at Notre Dame, and he's had a lot of successes. He's had some adversities, and he's one of those guys who learns from the adversities and fixes them. And that's, as a coach, that's what you want from your players, and certainly that's what you want from your head coach. And it's been fun to see his growth and development.
You talked to him a lot yesterday in our meeting with him just about how you manage. Now he's into year 3. He's no longer a new head coach. He's an experienced head coach at this point.
He absolutely is. And when you have some experiences and you learn from them, both good and bad, you tend to take advantage of them the next time they come around if you approach it the right way. And again, it's the same thing you talk to a player about. Okay, I got it. You made a mistake. That sense of wonder that you need to have to perform your best. So it's fun to see that. And this Notre Dame football family is lucky to have him running the show.
Is there something you found in your coaching career that when it was year 3 compared to year 1, you looked back and said, whoa?
And you make the necessary adjustments. And I think we've seen that with Marcus. I like the staff that he's put together. He has history with these guys. Den Brock, they were together at Cincinnati. Mike Brown, the receiver coach, they were together. Gino Guidugli, they were together. He hired Al Golden. They've been together for 3 years. So you're seeing his maturity and how he's just simply going through the mechanics of the position. That's where he has to grow.
Here's Payne again, running hard across the 20, inside the 15-yard line. Jabron Payne already up to 6 carries for 47 yards on the game.
Yeah, and you see what Den Brock
went to him last year. They're going to get passed around. Seems like Payne is a great candidate to get a good share of those 210. Great spring and has looked sharp here in the blue-gold game as Minchie fakes the handoff to Payne this time. He'll run it across the 10 before he steps out of bounds.
Going to take a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
Yeah, Love is on the blue team. He already had a few carries today. I'm curious to see how much they can get him into a position outside of the backfield as Minchie has to scramble to his left again, throws, this time I think trying to throw it away, and he does out of the end zone.
And that's where you see it with Minchie, so those fundamental things along with his ability just to progress and make good decisions, you know, that's the area where Minchie needs to improve.
2nd and 10. Payne gets it again, puts his head down up the middle, and he pushes that pile. We'll give him 4 yards as he takes it to the 5-yard line.
This is not an easy, interesting.
Yeah, it's inspired a lot of guys in that gold locker room, I think, as Minchie's going to take it and run. Over tackled, puts his head down, and he's into the end zone. Kenny Minchie with his feet runs it in from 5 yards out, and the gold team is on the scoreboard.
Absolutely love the call. When Kenny Minchie's your quarterback, line 1 is let him use his feet to make plays. So this is quarterback design run. They crack the defensive end. Payne's out in front. Jagasaw's out in front. And let this big guy square his shoulders and find pay dirt. Love the call. Excellent execution. Gold team is rolling, baby.
11 plays, 75 yards. Minchie looked like the real deal on that drive, and he has the gold team on the score sheet.
Leader, and it's been challenging because you got to step out your comfort zone a little bit. But it's a blessing because I'm grateful for it. It's going to ultimately make me a better player and a better man.
You are a member of the Gold team today. I know it's an intense rivalry. What is your message to the Blue team about this game?
Next year after, I was able to give some information to him, and they've been just having a great spring. Compete on the ball, making a lot of plays on the ball, and that's all it was about playing DB. If you bring the ball back, you can play for a long time.
Thanks for the time, Benjamin. Tony.
All right, thanks, Caroline. He had some words for his friend Jaden Mickey. Al Golden to work with.
No doubt, and Ben Morrison has been a guy who's shown up really from day one for Notre Dame. Made so many plays as a freshman and continues to mature and grow as a player. You know, I was thinking when we were watching that interview.
What he did against Harrison in that Ohio State game is what's going to probably have him way up on draft boards a year from now, because that was the best receiver in college football, and he made him look at times pretty pedestrian in that game as Colsey makes a nice catch on a throw from Carr.
Colsey's a big receiver, 6'4", can extend and pluck, and delivers a strike.
Carr was incomplete on his first throw, and with that completion, he's now completed 6 consecutive balls, finding his footing here. Real game week going into the Sun Bowl in El Paso. You can tell it's paid dividends already as he throws it out to Alex Whitman, who's also wearing a green jersey. He's been taking snaps on both sides.
Even through any adversity.
All right, thanks, Caroline. Quickly on 4th down, they'll hand it off. Oh, good work by Williams. One of C.J. Carr's classmates spins off a tackle and picks up the first down to move the sticks. And, Coach, I don't think...
For a while, recruited by Tommy Rees a 3 years ago, and he stuck with his commitments when there were some coaching changes, and the Notre Dame faithful is certainly happy. What a hit right there.
That's Kahanu Kia, one of the freshmen.
He's showing he wants to be in the conversation as well.
Sophomore from Hawaii, did get on the field against Navy last year and managed to record 4 tackles as this ball's underthrown. Good play by Colsey.
Before the 2-minute warning, after the 2-minute warning, and there's a lot of science and analytics that goes into those decisions.
Carr being flushed, pumps along the sideline, then tries to fit a ball in, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Larson.
Oh.
He'll throw on 1st down. Airs it out towards the sideline. It's incomplete. Was looking that time for K.K. Smith, and it's out of his reach.
One more time, this deep.
That time it's out of his reach, and it's 2nd down for Minchie. Out of the shotgun, goes back to Smith, makes the catch, and there's Mickey taking him down right away.
In all these 2-minute situations, what you want to do as a quarterback is you want to get that first completion.
Minchie to throw again. Thought about taking off and running, then tries to get it out to the flat, and it's broken up by Ben Minich, who's able to get his paws on it, and it's a 3 and out.
He said, we have no interest in being the #1 rush defense in college football.
Angeli's back on the field, and he runs for about 8 yards.
Yeah, they want to see Angeli in this 2-minute situation, but
40 seconds left in the opening half. 3rd and 8 for Angeli. Throws towards the sticks. It's caught, maybe a yard short, though. Reardon brings it in. Osbury stops him short. 20 seconds. Angeli to throw on 4th down. Gets it out to Reardon. Oh, and he dropped it. Kennedy Urlacher, familiar name for those that follow football, son of Hall of Fame.
And your goal simply is to get into field goal range and give your kicker a chance.
Minchie throw. It's Whitman. It's caught just beyond the sticks. They'll stop the clock for the 1st down.
I think they're giving him a chance to do it.
See where Minchie goes. Pressure from behind, and he goes down. Ball came out as well. And the blue team's got it. With 2 seconds left, the blue team has come up with the football. It was R.J. Obin who got in there first, and Boubacar Traore comes out of the pile with the football.
R.J.'s the transfer from Duke. Very productive defensive lineman there. You see him coming off the left side of the screen, working against Jagasaw. A good get off and good acceleration of the quarterback to knock the ball out. RJ's the son of Roman Obin, the longtime offensive lineman in the National Football League, and they're welcoming him as a pass rusher.
So far.
Well, Riley, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate the time.
Thank you guys so much. God bless.
Tony?
All right, thanks, Caroline, and thanks to Riley for the time as the gold team starts with the ball, and Jabron Payne is bottled up for a loss of 1. Let's look back.
More, not simply use his feet as a default, and that's the same development and progression that Jaden Daniels had to go through down at LSU. So I think Denbrock has seen this before. He'll bring the best out in Riley Leonard.
His numbers were down a little, and how dynamic he can be in this Mike Denbrock offense.
Well, he's a great athlete, and we talked to him yesterday, and he said when he was coming out of high school, his focus and everyone's focus was on him going big.
He's in warm-ups at least, throwing down a couple of dunks. He said he did get some open run with them when time was available in his spare time away from football, as Minchie is able to escape the pocket and run for a first down. We've seen him do that a couple of times today. Yeah, 59 through the air, 41 on the ground, and the only touchdown for the gold team came courtesy of him running it in. Fresh set of downs, they hand it off. Obin's the first one to make the tackle, and the ball comes out. And they'll say that team, that's the only way they could appeal in this scrimmage today, as Minchie will throw after they get a gift. It did look like it was out. Catch is made by Fisher. It doesn't go for anything, and it'll set up third down.
So wouldn't be surprised to see a little man-to-man and some heat here.
Free play after they jump down the sideline. It's a jump ball between Micah Bell and KK Smith. It's incomplete, but the penalty will likely move it 5 yards.
But fun to defend. Bowen told me one of the biggest areas of focus has been learning how his position fits with others on the field. He credited J.D. Bertrand and current teammate Jack Kaiser with helping him learn the playbook that way. Which
player, you got to be a heck of an athlete to do both at this level.
Fresh set of downs. Payne runs. He stopped after a few yards. The ball is out again, and this is going to be ruled a fumble. And the blue team's got the football. Another takeaway for the blue team. Ball's been on the turf a couple of times.
Payne, typically a reliable ball carrier here, but there's no doubt this blue team is trying to punch this thing out. That's the freshman, Bryce Young.
Before you look, you mentioned his dad. Played at Notre Dame, of course. 14 years with the 49ers, Hall of Famer. I'm sure you got familiar with him with your time in the NFL. He was Jordan Clark, the son of Ryan Clark. Comes over as a grad transfer from Arizona State. Tells you something about what these former NFLers want to send their kids to go play for Marcus Freeman and his staff.
They understand what.
And with 10 tackles already on the game, really making an impact. Here's the sophomore linebacker as that snap gets away. And Jelly picks it up. Then he takes a shot as he throws it out of bounds.
I feel like you've learned the most.
Honestly, loving my teammates has been one of the things I learned the most. You know, our rooms got a lot closer since we're closer in age now. And now that I'm one of the older guys, you know.
When his mother was really sick, he got into the end zone against Pittsburgh. I was able to talk to him after that, as this ball is caught by KK Smith down the sideline. It was really important.
We'll overuse the word family, but there's no doubt this Notre Dame football program is a family, and I think he felt that all throughout the situation with his mom last year. Guys like Jaden, it's a special place, and I think he felt that all throughout this process.
Minchie's going to throw again, looking for the end zone. Beautiful ball, and it's caught. Micah Gilbert is into the end zone to tie the game.
Line to KK Smith, and this is Gilbert. It's a double move, and it's an excellent throw. Kenny Minchie settling in the pocket, throwing the ball on time and accurately over the outside shoulder of Gilbert. He's a big target. He's a mature player, showing up big here for the gold team.
Extra point makes it official. He's on the board with a touchdown to tie the game to Micah Gilbert, one of the young freshman receivers they're excited about, as Angeli comes back out for the blue team. Connects with Love.
It's been about their offensive line, their running game, their tight ends. Receivers have not been a big part of it. And then to lose 3 of their receivers from last year, Flores, Merriweather, and Chris Tyree, there's going to be graduates who are coming over. It's going to be a completely revamped receiving core, and everybody here at Notre Dame is pretty excited about it.
Jeremiah Love breaks a tackle. He's across the 40, still running out towards midfield, refusing to go down before he's finally dragged to the turf.
At the end of the down, he's a young player, but he's showing his versatility. He's got a lot of juice.
Quick throw that time. Ball is caught by Jack Larson again on the side.
The sound system in his helmet, and you know, for years, some really good veteran quarterbacks used to fake that. Another snap issue here. Throw it away, live for another down, but
throw it out to preserve some yardage and set up this 3rd and 6. Looking for Greathouse. Oh, and it's through his hands.
Over the top, behind it, over the top.
As Angeli looks to throw. Pressure coming, gets it out. It's caught by Greathouse this time. Breaks a couple tackles and moves the sticks inside the 30.
He's big and strong. He's got quickness and speed. He's just such a big target. We got a good look at it there, converting that 1st down.
Love picks up a few. Greathouse, when he scored those touchdowns against Navy in the open.
And many in the state, so his transition was not a surprise, and he's going to get better and better and better as he goes.
Here's Larson again with his 4th catch. Takes it inside the 10, and it requires 2, maybe 3 gold tacklers to bring him down after a 19-yard pickup.
Makes a good run after the catch, and they're knocking on the door.
1st and goal. They hand it off. This is Love high-stepping his way through, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. The blue team's back in front thanks to Jeremiah Love.
It kind of turned the tide with the gold team, but they come right back. Some high percentage throws, some big 3rd down conversions, good mix of run and pass. And when you get down in there close, get it to your playmakers. Excellent by Eli.
He's back on for his 3rd point after touchdown attempt, and it's good.
Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Tony?
All right, thanks, Caroline. You heard him too there. Great promoing himself. He'll be on Peacock in the coming weeks. James Rowe Jr., I had a chance to talk to him about a month ago. See where Carr goes on 2nd down. He's flushed, rolling through his own end zone, preserving the play. Now he's going to step out of bounds, and it'll set up 3rd and long. We've talked a lot about a host of
stature. He's a slot receiver. You say, hey, he's running all the short stuff. He made so many plays down the field, as well as a lot of those high percent.
On the year, he had 14 goals in the first 8 games this season. That's close to 2 per contest. As Carr's working on 3rd and long. Wow, look at that throw across the field. Is able to connect with KK Smith.
And they're going for it.
They'll hand it off up the middle. Yes, they've got enough. Fisher puts his head down. Let's go. That is a great look from, just hours ago. Now he makes his way over to the sideline after scoring his 15th goal of the season. As Carr throws another good ball, and Flanagan can't hold on.
We're going to practice early on in training camp and saying, who's 80? And he's this walk-on lacrosse guy, and I'm like, he's beating all the real defenders, like the starters, the guys who were playing on Saturday.
3rd down and 4 for the gold team. They trail by a score. Again, the clock runs here. This is good across midfield. Bumped out of bounds this time.
Clock's ticking. Carr's got him on the move.
Wants to throw, and he's going to go down. Penalty marker comes in at the end of the play. Really flashed. Think about Oben Young, now Sevillano. Makes his presence felt as Carr swings it out to Ford, makes the catch with plenty of real estate, takes it across the 40. But then personnel they ran at LSU. Can't imagine they'd run as much here in South Bend. He even said as much when we met with him yesterday. But I think he wants to spread it out a little bit more than we've seen here in years past.
Wide receivers and 35% 12 personnel with the 2 wide receivers and 2 tight ends. But again, it's an evaluation of your team. Different guys, and Denbrock's been around long enough, so he's going to try to be multiple here with the Irish in the fall.
Carr taking another shot for Smith, and once again he's matched up with Bell.
Plenty of arm.
2nd and 10 for Carr this time. Checks down, he's able to complete to Gilbert. He's got a few, they'll give him 4, and it sets up another 3rd down in what's appearing to be a pretty...
This is a game-like experience for him and that entire offense. Looks like he's taking advantage.
Going again for Gilbert, and he's got it. It's another touchdown to Micah Gilbert. He's in the end zone for the second time today, and the Gold team is within one.
Again, really impressive drive by C.J. Carr. A lot of good decisions throwing it underneath, but when he gets his chance to go down the field, he's going to take advantage of it one-on-one outside. Gilbert's been impressive. Did you see how tight he kept that release? He did not get pushed wide at all. He took an inside release. Too late for the safety to come over. C.J. Carr was on time and on the money. Gilbert's been impressive.
Important extra point here to tie the game at 21. It's good, and this game is tied. Stood out to you on the tight end room so far in this game today?
This game, I think you can see, like you see yourself, Jack. Jack kind of stepped up. He's had a handful of catches. I think he's about like, what, 40 yards right now. You see him all line up all over the field.
Where we're going to have you motion across and then get under center and take a snap. And okay, here we go.
Sorry, touchdown, sorry.
Chris Mitchell all the way for a touchdown. Mitch Evans, you're on the board.
Yeah, I was right there. Yeah, it was awesome. Chris Mitchell got loose. I'm not much of a sideline reporter, but that was pretty cool to see.
That is Chris. That's what everyone's talked about in the spring.
He flew by me. It's like one of those, being like an Indy car. You hear the Indy car flying by. That's what he sounded like.
Did you meet the Indy car driver that was on the field earlier?
I did not get a chance to see him, but I'm sure I'm going to see him after this game.
You should go ask him and see if he's an important one from Mitch Jeter, and it's good.
Really good route by Chris Mitchell. As fast.
That would definitely be a viable play.
Mitch, let me ask you about the guys up front. You of course, are a tight end, but I'm sure you see the development of the offensive line as well. Huge holes to fill. Joe Alt, Blake Fisher gone.
Let's see how this goes out in the fall.
Hey, Mitch, how about your role as a leader? Harder when you're banged up a little bit, but you're one of the guys that a lot of the younger players are looking up to. How are you trying to impact them?
Yeah, obviously, you know, it's exploring out to the whole offense and just teaching some of these young guys how to create separation or even just how to pass block in the field. So, yeah, I think I've been trying to explore and be more of a vocal leader.
The impact of his game-winning drive 2 years ago can really help the development of a young player. Let's see what C.J. Carr does with this opportunity. High throw for Gilbert. Almost brought it in with one hand, and it's incomplete.
This drive started.
2nd and 10 for Carr. Fake the handoff, and he's taken down in the backfield. It's Boubacar Traore with the sack.
In all the big moments. Pressure off the edge.
Carr gets it out quick. It's caught along the far sideline. That's Henry Garrity, son of former.
Here, going to be man-to-man coverage across the board.
Gets it out, and it's incomplete. Broken up. Micah Bell in coverage against K.K. Smith. And that should be enough for the blue team.
2 to go. See if this blue team can ice the game.
They're going to keep it on the ground on 1st down. No gain. On the
things to build on. They're going to wish they had a couple of those decisions back, but great for them to get that experience in this environment.
Wow, they're going to throw on 2nd down. See what they dial up on 3rd and long. This time they do keep it on the ground. Again, it's DeVezin. He's brought down. They can use their final timeout with 49 seconds, and with the auto
stepped in and said, "You're going for it."
1st down probably wins it for blue. Oh, false start.
Drama.
So here we go, 4th down. Angeli throws. Greathouse makes the catch, and that should do it for the blue team. They've got the 1st down. Gold.
He's a really good slant runner, and he can catch that ball in traffic. Excellent by Angeli, waiting for him to clear the linebacker and throw that ball into the 2nd window. Delivered a strike here.
This would appear to be the right decision. 30 seconds left. They'll wind the clock out, and the blue team, Al Washington, has gone back-to-back. The blue team wins it today, 28-21.
Bragging rights. McCullough wins in year 1, and Washington comes back the last 2. They had more of their edge back this year, but this Gold team didn't do enough. Impressive performance by Steve Angeli throughout. This defensive line of the blue team came up big in the critical moments.